What's up guys, I'm Crystal Cookie, otherwise known as CG Cock. I'm going to be going over every bit of detail you need to know about how to play Duelist at a Radiant level. It would mean the world if you could like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, and we're back again. Today we're going to be going over Jett on Icebox. In my personal opinion, Jett is my favorite duelist to play on Icebox other than Reyna, and if you want to see Reyna next week, let me know. We're going to start off on defense towards A site. Now there are a couple ways to play defense on A. There's either the aggressive way or the passive way. If you want to play the aggressive way, I'll show you how to do that first. Obviously the first step of being aggressive is pushing up A main. I like to go on top of Jen, and when the barriers hit 1 second, I hover, I hop on the zip and go to belt. Now with this, usually if I don't hear audio, I'm pre-aiming lower. Careful, because their head's going to be right here. But if I hear people running on belt, then I'm usually going to start here and then end here with my crosshair. Now if you don't want to go belt, same thing. You could also do it from here, the 1 second barrier thing. You can go straight to pipes. If you don't want to make 2 jumps, you can jump on top of this. Or you can go nest. Same thing with the barrier, 1 second left. And lastly, what I like to do is I like to scale lower A main. Here. Right when the barrier drops, I'm knife out. I can walk all the way up here. I can start my shift walking roughly around here. And if they dart A main, you can pass the dart right here. It's a very good angle to hold. Or the other way you can go is towards jail. This dart will not beat you if you're knife out towards jail. If we're playing passive on A, the best thing you can do is usually hold an off angle with an op, such as top gen to A main. Now I only recommend these types of angles because Jett has a get out of jail free card, considering she can dash away. I would hold top rafter right here. From this angle you could also hold pipes or nest if you have any audio cues for either of these 3 spots. My favorite spot to hold is this tight angle towards belt. A really good off angle is sitting right around here on top of nest, and you're just going to stand up and their heads should be peeking almost perfectly. You'd get a tiny bit glimpse of their bodies, but 90% of the view that you're going to see is just their head. So it should be a simple point and click. Another good angle is playing aggressive top screen or playing passive top screen. There's an angle here that I don't really like that I see a lot of people using. You're going to only see the tippy top of their head, and you can see a little bit of their head on nest. So if I'm back here and I have a teammate's screen, this teammate can hold roughly around here. The only thing they have to worry about is right here and nest. And now since they're holding your close right and your nest, all you have to do is simply just hold this backside space. Another good passive angle is back gen, and another really good passive angle is top pipes. Let's head over to mid now. On mid, there's not much you can do as a Jett besides push. You can hold this space, but you're basically ruining your character's kit by just sitting here and holding space. Jett has a very aggressive sort of kit, especially with verticality. Considering this is Icebox, you really want to use your verticality to your advantage. So if you are fighting mid, one thing that I like to do is pop my daggers, and I like to updraft over mid. It's unexpected, and usually people assume that a Jett is playing A or B. They don't really assume a Jett's playing mid. They're most likely not going to expect you to updraft mid with your daggers. Another really good thing to do with Jett is op mid. You could either do it from lower orange, or you can walk down tube, hold the window, or you can walk down tube even more and hold the really aggressive angle. But pretty much Jett in mid is not really that beneficial compared to on A site or on B site. Now let's talk about B site. For B site, what I like to do, I like to either hold this angle here. Another thing that I like to do is taking this close B main space and singling out a fight towards garage. That way if I need to, I can pop my dash and I can dash away. And if I'm not taking this garage fight, what I like to do is walk all the way up to this corner. And now I can hold this garage space from here, which means the players have to swing out wide garage in order to kill me. Or I like to walk up all the way and take all of this B main space. Here. Then for B main, you also have the op angle on garage, and then you have the 2 very good op angles for B main. Now for site, if you want to play site, you can play top site, you can play mid site, or you can play back site. But if I have an op, I'm typically going to be playing around Snowman. and a lot of people don't expect you to be on this angle holding top gray.
Here.
Now for your daggers on B, a really good thing to do is get on top of this hut. Get on the very top of it, and jump updraft. This way you're in a very good off angle, and you're fully accurate. Alright, let's head over to attack. Alright, if we're attacking towards A, typically on pistol round, you don't want to go towards belt, because you don't really have guns to fight that. Unless you're buying a deagle, you can take a fight on someone who has a ghost maybe. But when you go towards A, you typically want to scale lower.
Here.
And if you want to avoid this space, you take the path from belt to lower A main. Now if you have guns, you can updraft on these close brown boxes. This will catch anybody who's trying to go to pipe, and anybody who's holding nest. Not only those two, but if there is someone playing headshot, you're able to see the top of their head and they cannot see you at all. If you don't do this updraft on top of this box and you just want to scale belt, I would scale a little fast and wide, because a lot of people could be holding a lot of different angles when they're holding belt. The first things that I would clear are lower and upper, kind of at the same time. Then I would check close nest, and then headshot, and then nest again. Then I would clear the pixel headshot angle that I showed you before. Then I would clear this angle here, which is a very good common off angle. And then I would clear top screen, and then pipe. Now if you're scaling lower, there's 3 things you can do. 1, go to pipe. 2, scale lower, or 3, go to nest. Now if you go to nest, it's a really good off angle because a lot of people aren't going to be pre-aiming nest early round. This is more of a post plant spot, so they're going to have to make adjustments towards you with their crosshair. Now if you do scale lower, it's more predictable, but it's also very beneficial because you're going to get your team through this choke. Now if you're going pipe, this is more an aggressive vertical style, which I thoroughly enjoy because a lot of players have the hardest adjustments vertical with their aim rather than horizontal with their aim. Remember, like I showed you before, you can jump on this part of pipe instead of having to go all the way around to jump on this and then this. You can just jump straight on this. You just have to crouch jump. That way, if you know someone's back sight, you can just hop up very easily, very quick, and they wouldn't expect you to be there. Now when we're going sight, there's a lot of simple things we can do, but they're very, very effective. One is simply just smoke updraft dashing on top of Jen. Now once you get here, typically if you have a teammate who has a flash like a Reyna, maybe a Gecko, maybe a Sova Dart here, it's very, very easy for you to get fights. Because if you see someone get scanned here or blind here or whatever, then you can fight this guy. But the only thing you really have to worry about is your top screen and your top rafter, because these are your 2 most vulnerable positions. When you're scaling left side sight, you can one-way your rafter, or you can simply just smoke it off and fight screen. Now let's say we're attacking mid. There's 3 things you can do really. 1 is go through tube, 2 is go under tube, or 3 is to go on top of tube. If we're going through tube, typically we would walk all the way up, right? We would have maybe a Viper orb here and to hold the cross, and then you could take all of this kitchen space. The only thing you have to worry about is a KJ turret boiler holding your cross to kitchen. If we're going under tube, there's usually 2 ways, which is 1 towards A and 2 towards B. Either way you're going, you want to smoke the other direction. But if you want to throw them off guard, you could smoke the direction that you are going and pop out of your own smoke. Let's say we're going to go through orange, and we have a Viper smoke. We're in the Viper smoke. I could smoke this way, and now I have this whole radius to pop out of. So this player who might be playing sight might not even see me pop out on this side, and this player kitchen has to guess if I'm going to pop out on this side or within this circular radius. But if you don't want to go through your smoke, you could throw a fake smoke like you're going to go through it, and then he can go towards it. And now the last one that I usually do is go on top of tube. Typically you wouldn't need a smoke to get up here like you would top gen on A or something like that, only because it's not common for a team to go mid on Icebox, especially in ranked. So you would simply just jump updraft and then dash on top of tube. Now once you're on top of tube, you can see their spawn from here, you could see kitchen from here, you could see pallet from here, and you could see basically all of B site from here. And last but not least, let's say we're fighting B main. 3 things you could do when you're pushing B are 1, scale garage, 2, scale lower, or 3, scale upper. If you're scaling garage, obviously you would be gun out, walking all the way up here, and once you get to here, this is your most important part. If you have a Sova drone, it's highly recommended that you Sova drone because there might be an opper here, here, or here. Don't forget they can always be close, whether they're opping or not. So you would wait for your drone, and if you don't have a drone, then you'd have to hard clear this with bodies. So you'd have to do it a little wider and a little faster, so that these players have a chance of whiffing if they are opping, and or have a chance of whiffing if they're using a rifle. But you have to clear all these close angles if you don't have a Sova drone. Now once you get to gray, you can either go top gray and fight the guy's top site and use your dash. You can get on top yellow with your dash, and if you don't want to go top gray, you can dash to yellow. And if you have all of this front space, you can just take fight site with your dash. The one thing that a lot of Jetts have issues with on this map is they like to overextend. A lot of Jetts like to go into snowman, or push orange, or push top site, and that's just not really going to help you win the round. It might help you get kills, it might help you get this space and entry and whatnot, but what you really want from a bomb site on Icebox like B site is really to get the bomb down and play a strong post plan. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you'd like to see a different map for Jett, please let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see a different agent for Icebox, make sure to let me know in the comments as well. Other than that, I've been Chris the Cookie, otherwise known as CG Cock. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace, peace.